Welcome to humanity. This is our one.
Whatever it takes, we got to stop. Whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Yo, hi, this is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to Fight Net Radio.
Me, Harvey Oswald, what's your name? How am I supposed to know you?
This is Frank Shamrock. We're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Hi, this is Tia, the Knockout St. John. You're listening to Fight Net Radio, and there's no way I would ever touch Lee.
This is Chuck Jackson.
I am Stephen Bonner, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Dan Henderson, you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Everybody, welcome to Fight Net Radio, where Lee's burning every bridge there is out there. All right.
Oh, hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
Hey, I'm the king of the world! Hold it. You're not that crazy. I'm a bad man! I took up the world!
Yeah, that works. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. And I'm glad I captured that on audio. We talk about boxing, as well as everything else, or press things.
They know.
Do they? No, they don't.
We set the news, if you didn't tell last week.
Yeah, okay. It's a coincidence. Highly coincidental. For those of you who've never listened before, you're just happening upon the show. Format of the show is simple. Andrew is a boxing writer, wrote last night for Pound magazine. Check out his newest article at my friend Bill Trio's website, poundboxing.com. That's poundboxing.com. There's a plug for Bill. He owes me money for all four of the people who listen to the show. Format of the show is simple. Andrew gives me a list of things he wants to talk about. I decide whether or not I want to talk about them, or I move on to the next story. So the format is this: news headline, news story, Andrew saying something passionate and writer/fan-like, and then me saying something that will be perceived as racially biased or bigoted. Is that the format of the show as you understand it?
Sounds good.
Last night, let's start right there since you went.
Yes,
Last
sir.
night, Andrew went to Oracle Arena while I celebrated my daughter's birthday. Obviously, I wasn't getting out of that.
Very nice.
You went to Oracle.
Wait, we have 12 minutes of BS, Lee. What happened at the daughter's birthday? Where did you go?
Yeah, you're right. The first 10 minutes. For those of you wondering, it's become a tradition now to blow the first 10 minutes of the show on BS of our lives. Family Farrell's, which we still have down here in Southern California. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like an old-timey ice cream shop. She just turned 12. And then I took her to the circus. And I decided, since all the animal activist people were there, I wore my Kill All the Animals t-shirt and knocked all the shit out of their hands as I walked into the building.
Walk in with fur coats.
Yeah, flipping them off, going, yeah, I want them to abuse those damn animals. Make them jump for my pleasure. Apparently, my freedom, this is a true story. This is a legit true story. I walked into a farmer's market, 3 years ago, down in Carlsbad, California. And they go, it's Earth Day. Do you want to donate? And I said, no. You don't want to save a tree? No. In fact, and I looked at her, and this is exactly what I said. In fact, on Earth Day, I'm going to cut down a tree every year. Oh my God, you're such a pig and an asshole. What she said, and I looked at her and I went, why is your freedom of speech better than my freedom of speech? Well,
Nice.
I'm trying to help the planet. Hey, look, I'm going to go eat these organic shit vegetables that don't have gluten. So why don't you just mellow the fuck out and leave me alone?
That sounds like your day too, Lee. That's a typical day of Lee.
That's a typical day of Lee. Yeah. I've decided I'm going to become a Raider fan when they move to Vegas.
Nice.
I
Hey,
am
I heard I heard your Rams didn't do too good on their Legends game out there. They had to cancel it because of lack of ticket sales.
Oh, I'll go a step further. Chargers can't draw flies in San Diego because they tried to move, and they can't sign their number 1 draft pick.
Wow.
Yeah, my 2 teams are fucked. I might have to move to the Raiders early, but that makes me a bandwagon because you guys actually have a team. I've decided that the Raiders to Vegas thing is super cool.
Don't they seem like a little bit too hot of a pick right now? Is it just me, or all of a sudden overnight, like everybody associated with the NFL has them going to the playoffs or just being one of the best?
They've said that about the Chargers, but they can't sign their new, D lineman.
Little nervous about that, Lee. Little bit nervous.
Here's the thing. And I'll give a plug for this show. Go listen to Around the NFL. For everybody listening, listen to Around the NFL. They do 2 shows a week. They work for the NFL. They refer to the NFL as shadowy league figures. They're just writers, just blowing off steam over at the NFL twice a week. All they do is write stories and press releases. So twice a week they do a podcast called Around the NFL Podcast. It's freaking brilliant. Because if they talk about the NFL negatively too much, they always talk about shadowy NFL figures coming to talk to them. Great show. Great show. So that's where I get most of my news. And yeah, the Raiders are definitely on the writers' nuts. I mean, they're all on the jock of the Raiders.
Yeah.
They have occasionally thrown the Chargers into the mix. Like, the Chargers in their mind are a team that is a few components away of blowing up and being that team. And for those of you listening going, but you were 2-14 last year, or whatever crappy, I stopped watching. Let me explain. The vast majority of 12 of our games last year were lost by a touchdown. That's not a team that's not the Cleveland Browns, okay? That's not the Jacksonville Jaguars. Got it? That's a team that needs to work out some defense. That's all. And they signed a ton of defense, but they can't seem to get them into camp. The Rams, I'm going to be honest. I'm on the Rams because I want a new stadium. Once I get a new stadium in LA, I'm going to have the Rams and the Chargers in LA at a brand new stadium. And you know this, Andrew, going to the game in a one of those nice semi-enclosed stadiums, okay?
Right,
Not one of those wide open ones like your shithole that you guys play in. And you do. The black hole is a shithole.
I love my home. I love it.
You know what? And I've always said this. The worst place to go to a game in the NFL is San Diego. It's a dump. It's a legit dump. And I've told this to many people because I've walked in behind enemy lines, gone to a Raider game, and walked out alive while I watched actual Raiders beating up Raiders. I mean, it was like I saw violence that I couldn't even comprehend next to me, like where I was on my guard all the way to the car going, you got to go at any time. Like when you walk out of that game when they lose, you got to be prepared to throw. Like there are kids doing that shoulder look.
All of a sudden you just see 2 friends fighting out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck, guys? You guys came together.
The right cold cock that landed the dude on the concrete and split his head open, and the security guard looking at me going, happens all the time. Wow, the ambulances that
a
are...
A lot of memories there. I don't want to see... Look at... You know what,
But
Lee?
I'll say this about your stadium. It is super clean. It is well taken care of. While the sight lines suck, and pretty much everything about it, including the bullet holes in the parking lot, suck, I will say this. It's noticeably clean. I mean, it's like a really well-maintained place. Like, I expected to walk into, like, a sewer like San Diego.
See
where
the walls tagged.
It would be, like, sticky. It was clean, though, Andrew. I'm telling you, you don't know what that's like. You go to a Charger game, you go, do people play football here? Because it's that kind of dirty. You're like, do they sweep ever?
Lee, we know what the push is on the stadiums. That's to put more millions in these billionaires' pockets. And Mark,
no. Look, if I'm going to pay $150, like I'm going to a concert, I've always said this. I don't mind paying $100 for a concert, but you better play. Okay, I want 3 hours for that $100. I want real show, right? I go to see a band like Rush, and they charge me $100 and change for a ticket, or U2. Here's a good example. U2 was like a $200 ticket. Okay, I'm going to pay. I'm going to get the $179 ticket. I'm going to go to the Forum with all the great sound and sight lines. You better play for 3 hours, motherfucker. I mean, dead serious. And if I go to a football game and you want $100 for a 50-yard line seat where I'm going to bake my ass in a California sun, which, by the way, I know that sounds like a luxury problem to the rest of you assholes in the rest of the country, but Andrew and I will tell you firsthand, California's awesome. It is. Pretty much year-round, it's awesome. The rest
you
of the
will
country,
cook, though.
Yeah, you will cook at a football game. No doubt about it. Like that late September game, it's 115 on the field.
You're drunk. You have a black jersey on. It's all bad.
Yeah.
It's all
I don't know why you don't wear the away whites all the time. Like, is that a faux pas, wearing the away colors, the away whites?
Yes, it is frowned upon. It is Black Sunday, as the Raider Nation likes to say when we play at home.
No, I'll wear the powder. I won't wear the dark blue. I have a dark blue jersey. I have the white, and I have the throwback powder blue, baby blue with the yellow, which, by the way, I actually saw assholes wearing that into a Raider game in Oakland. Like, are you out of your mind? Like,
Raider fans are actually funny too. We get excitedly when it's overcast. I don't know, when the skies are gray and we all have our black on, we usually really think we're gonna win that day.
Come on, October, November, where it's kind of cloudy up on the coast for you, kind of cloudy down in San Diego. That's magic football.
Yeah.
And rest of the country's in 5 feet of snow already by November, and yeah, it's 68, kind of chilly. It's awesome. I just went to go see Jim Gaffigan to wrap up our 12 minutes of nonsense.
Nice.
Jim Gaffigan was talking about it. He's from New York, but his family's in Green Bay. And he goes, I grew up in Green Bay and I still go there. And he goes, we don't bring our kids to California because they're going to look at it and go, why don't we live here? And I don't have a good answer for them. That's the truth. People who come out here to visit always think the same thing. Why don't I live here? Well, number one, you probably can't afford it. Number two, I don't know why everybody doesn't live here. I've said this. Why doesn't everybody live near the water, Andrew?
They try. They definitely try to put everyone near the water, but there's still some people like the country, Lee. I would prefer the country if the money was better out there.
Bullshit. You're 15 minutes from the water from your house. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah. No, I got a few
you're
rivers.
15 minutes from
I got a few rivers around me. I'm surrounded by water, of course. But I'm thinking you're talking more of the bay, the ocean.
Yeah,
things like
but
this.
even the bay, what is it? A 30-minute drive, 40-minute drive, tops?
About a 40 tops, yeah. 40 minutes away.
Okay. The only issue for you is you don't have a real beach to take the kids to like I do.
Yeah, kind of ugly beaches out here.
Yeah, no, you have like dead Raider fans.
There's tires and old boats.
We don't.
Like,
no, that's not us. We have beaches. And that brings us to a close with our 12 minutes of complete nonsense of our life, brought to you by no one.
Nobody.
When you're buying nothing, check out nothing from no one anytime. Use discount code 0 and save an extra 0. Moving on, last night, Andrew went to Oracle Arena. Andrew, please tell me. I'm wondering if people are now fast-forwarding the first 12 minutes of the show on purpose.
Please comment if you are.
Yeah. I know how many people listen. Yeah.
You want me to just make a few phone calls? Just ask my friends and family?
Family to, just fast-forward the first. All right, so I pissed off Raider fans today for sure.
Shout out.
Lee can't be a Raider fan, eh?
Rest in peace.
I've met your friends, Andrew.
Ken Stabler, you made the hall.
Your friends would not. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the show. Like, Andrew's friends are great until they start to drink.
Shut up, Lee.
When literally I was approached at halftime and one of them in a very drunken state said, "You don't say a fucking word about the score." Not a word. I know you're Andrew's friend. It doesn't matter. Not a word. Think that black shirt will help you? I think we were winning by like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Then you caught up, and then there was that long bomb pass up the sideline that beat your ass. Oh, fuck. That's when the violence broke out.